Today I would like to share with you why you should not drink and drive. In 2010, about 10,228 people died in alcohol-related crashes. We hear about drinking and driving so often. When you're in high school, you go to assemblies and you listen to people tell you why you shouldn't drink and drive and all the consequences there are for drinking and driving. But none of that really ever soaks into somebody until they experience it for themselves. In high school, I would see kids, we would all go to an assembly, and after that next night, kids would go out drinking and driving. A lot of kids nowadays go road tripping, and that's where you get a group of people, and you get in your vehicles, and you all get alcohol, and you drive around and drink. That is drinking and driving. Drinking and driving is a very serious problem that people need to be aware of. The first point I'd like to talk about is why people think it's okay to drink and drive. First of all, they think they're sober enough. They think, oh, I've only had 2 drinks, I'm okay to drive. Well, that's not the case. You usually think that you just drink a few drinks, but you drink a lot more than you actually think. You get out there and you're actually not able to drive as you would when you're sober. Just 1 drink affects your driving. Another point is they don't worry about other people that are on the road. The only thing they're focused on is getting to where they're going, or driving around and drinking and just having a good time. They're not worried about other people driving on the roads. All in all, when somebody decides to drink, they don't know that they are not physically able to actually drive. My next point I'd like to talk about is the consequences of drinking and driving. First of all, if you get caught drinking and driving, you're going to get a DWI. You might go to jail, and it's going to be on your record forever. You can't take it off. Another thing is you could kill yourself. Most people don't go out and drink and drive to plan on killing themselves. They just think that they're okay to drive and they're going to get where they need to go. And then another point is, if you're driving down the road and you wreck into somebody, it's not even fazing you. You wake up the next day and you could have killed somebody. And then you're going to have to live with that for the rest of your life. That could be somebody's little kid, or that is somebody's kid. But it could be little kids or an older person. It doesn't matter. You killed somebody, and you're going to feel terrible about that for the rest of your life. You don't want to have to live with that, and it's not worth risking hurting yourself or others. In conclusion, when people think they are okay to drive, they don't ever think about all the consequences that come with drinking and driving. My last point is the consequences that it has on other people. First of all, if you don't think there's any consequences for yourself, you're probably not going to think that there's consequences for other people. But there are. Your family, they're not going to want you to be in the newspaper for drinking and driving, and they sure aren't going to want you to be dead from drinking and driving when you could have just stayed where you were when you were drinking. It's not worth the risk of getting out there and killing yourself and then having all this put on your family. It's left to your family. It's actually very selfish. It affects other people's families as well, because if you're out there driving and you wreck into somebody, and you kill them, that family has to live with that. They live with losing somebody because you thought it was okay to go out and drink and drive when you killed their family member. Another effect it has on the community, it's a big effect on the community. First of all, you're going to be in the newspaper if you get caught drinking and driving. Nobody's going to want to hire you around your town if they see that you got trouble for drinking and driving. It can have an effect on the community if you kill somebody from your community or you kill yourself. It actually really hurts the community whenever stuff like that happens. As a result, other than the driver being affected by consequences, it affects everybody. To conclude with this, I would like to say that drinking and driving is not worth what you think it is. Even if you think that you're okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. If you have any alcohol in your system, do not drive. It's not worth it. It's not worth risking your life and other people's lives in your community. insanity. It's not worth it. A simple solution is just not to drink and drive. That's the only solution there is. If you're not going to drink and drive, then nothing is going to happen to you. If everybody could live by that, then there wouldn't be wrecks from drinking and driving, and there wouldn't be all this pain.